Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is January 31st. Can't believe a month of January is already gone. The year is going by fast. Anyway, today's episode is going to cover an update on DevNet 1 for Saturn, which is exciting. It's a new smart node release, Ramana's meme coin idea, some Lido news, some NodeSet news, gas stuff, Ethereum stuff. Let's get started.
10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Okay, we're going to start here, of course, with the biggest news of the day, and this is an update on the Saturn DevNet. So in the roadmap, we were told that we would have 3 or 4 Saturn DevNets that would be open to members of the community, so they can start testing different features of the Saturn upgrade and kind of like help find bugs, etc. And this is an update from Langus because they said that the first DevNet would be available by the end of January. Well, Langus here says, just a quick Saturn development update. As per the timeline, we have been aiming to deliver the first DevNet in January. We're very close to launching DevNet 1, but we just need a few more days for refinement and deployment to the DevNet. We're aiming to deploy DevNet 1 features next week, but we will keep the community informed. Many thanks, Rocket Pool. So yeah, it's going to be a few days late. First week of February is not too bad as far as delays go, but we all know Hofstadter's law. However long you think software development is going to take, it's going to take longer than that. I don't think we're in the zone yet where we can start adjusting timelines for the Saturn 1 upgrade for July. I think that's still on track. However, some people in the community, like Noshua specifically, thought that was ambitious to begin with. So there's a chance that this will, be delayed. I'm hoping to be more optimistic with this one. So I'm going to say that it might still be okay for July. But yeah, this is the first DevNet. The community, we want to get our hands on Saturn stuff, and it should hopefully be here within the next few days. Okay, talking about the here and now, we've got a new smart node version, and this is version 1.15.1. So Fornax here says we're releasing this version with important client updates, urgent if you are running Geth, and minor changes while we focus on upcoming Saturn features. So there's a link to the GitHub where you can read about all the things in this smart node update. Client updates are Geth, Bisu, Prism, Teku, Lodestar, Nimbus, Nethermind, and Lighthouse. That's pretty much all of them. And on smart node side, we have fixed an issue when displaying number of mini pools with missing bonus commission. Quality of life update, finalizing mini pools won't be upgraded unless the include finalized flag is used. And added an option not to send rescue dissolved mini pool transactions so users can print and include them in the bundle. And then a note, a new PGP key was used to sign this release because the previous one expired. To install it, please follow our smart node upgrade guide here. And then there's a link. Thanks everyone. A reminder to opt into the node operator role and receive these announcements, blah, blah, blah. So same thing as usual. It seems like, mostly these are client updates with a couple of changes for the smart node. This one over here added an option to not send rescue dissolved mini pool transactions so users can print and include them in the bundle. I think this would be so they could rocket arb the exit, but I'm not exactly sure of that. Anyway, just a few hours later, 6-7 hours later, we actually had another version. This is version 1.15.2 of the smart node with a small fix for Prism users. So it's safe to ignore this version if you're not using Prism. And then fixed an issue with quick port on peer-to-peer quick port on Prism. So just install it as normal. If you're a Prism user, then please make sure that you are up to date with 1.15.2 instead of 1.15.1. But there you go. So we didn't get a smart node version for a few weeks. The last one was in like a month and a half ago, or 1.15.0. So then we got 2 in one day. So thanks for that. Okay, a little bit of a joke thing came up in trading yesterday, but who knows, it might be interesting. So Ramana says, inspired by a conversation in Moon's trading thread, I made a new meme coin called Skidmark, and then there's a link hub to Skidmark, And he says it works like this. You can mint X amount tokens of Skidmark by depositing X RPL tokens, or Y RPL tokens maybe. And if someone hasn't minted in the last day, you can burn all their Skidmark tokens. And if you're the only Skidmark holder left, you can burn all the Skidmark tokens and claim all the RPL that is in the contract. So it's called Skidmark because it's about keeping up a streak of buying a shitcoin. So I like that little joke. I'm sure with some refinement, it could become an interesting game. Ramana's already talking about setting some parameters. So, there's a minimum amount of RPL tokens that you have to deposit every day and mint Skidmark every day. But maybe we'll be seeing more of this in the coming days and weeks. But I think it's a risky game to play because if a person has, a certain amount of RPL, and they basically set up a bot to make it so it mints them every single day, the game just becomes who has the biggest pile of RPL, and we all know that Patricio would win that game. So there's also there might be an element involved with like how long you've been doing it for. So for example, if you have been if you've been keeping up your streak for 2 years, and then someone has got a 10-day streak, if you miss that one day, can that 10-day streak person take everything? I guess it just makes it more attractive to come in later as the pot of RPL gets bigger and bigger. So yeah, it's a risky game to play. I don't think I'm going to be playing it, but there might be certain ways in which it's attractive for people to play. But that minimum amount of RPL would have to be interesting, because otherwise, this is a game that could potentially go on for thousands of days, if not millions of days, depending on what the minimum amount of RPL is. So yeah, that's definitely interesting. Okay, moving on to some staking news now, and we have some news from NodeSet here, and this is from Wanda, and Wanda's saying that we did the user experience testing and found a few small bugs, but we're hoping to get ready for release for the full Node operator community tomorrow. It'll be Haleshki only at first to ensure things are working correctly, but we should be live within the week or so. So here, this was a question in terms of an update about the NodeSet and rewards claiming. So people were asking about when it's coming. So Nick was the first to say that we're testing it, and it's going to be here soon. And yeah, it's pretty exciting to see that it's going to be here soon. So that's pretty awesome. Thanks, guys. I think that'll be a nice little thing for the node operators to do. So that's cool. Oh, we already saw that. Okay, some more staking news here, and this is signaling the gas limit increase on mainnet. And Anthony Sassano had this tweet here showing that over 45% of the network now is signaling to increase the Ethereum mainnet gas. So this means hopefully by next week, we will be above the 50% mark, which means that the gas limit will be increased by 20% from 30 million gas to 36 million gas, which of course is very exciting and something that I'm really looking forward to. If you actually have a look at the gas limit website itself, my face is kind of cutting off. Let me just change the view. Yeah, so you can see it's actually gone above 45%. Now it's 46.1% on January 31st. So I'm really thinking that within a week we'll be at that limit now. So yeah, just a few more days of bothering you all, and we'll be there. I saw a comment on Twitter today talking about how it's taken us a few months to get from 30 million gas to 36 million gas. Maybe from the day after the gas goes to 36 million, we can start signaling across the network that we wanted to go to 42 million or whatever it is, and we should start doing that right now, because it's going to take a few months to get there. So don't be surprised if you start seeing me covering this on Rocket Fuel in just a matter of days' time. Another staking news, we got this update from Lido. So they had a vote for permissionless staking on their CSM module. This vote ended this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and since that time, Lido CSM has been completely full. The number of new node operators came online, and they have staked their claim and filled out that 2% now share. So that's full. Here we got an update from the Lido Discord here, who said that Izzy was saying, in my opinion, at this low level of bond, triggerable exits are needed to be implemented before the DAO can reasonably vote for a much higher share than 2%. So like I said, we're at 2% now of Lido being CSM, and it looks like that, they need Pectra to go through before they can get those forced exits. So if someone's misbehaving, if someone is trying to steal MEV, then they could, get forced to exit, which adds a layer of protection to Lido in that situation. So that is definitely very interesting. So congrats to Lido for hitting that limit. We really need the permissionless module on Lido to be bigger. 2% is not enough. We want 5%, 10%, hopefully eventually 100%. But right now they've got some work to do to get there. Okay, next we have some Ethereum news now, and the big news of the day for Ethereum was that the SEC approves a combined Bitwise ETF, and that's for Bitcoin and Ethereum together. Now, I really want to look into the details of this to know how excited I should be, because if it's a market weighted average with rebalancing happening at a frequent level, then this could potentially get really, really bullish for ETH. I want to know those details. First, I want to know how much BTC and ETH is going to go into this ETF. And secondly, I want to know how frequently it's going to be rebalanced. The reason for that is because ETH is a much smaller market cap. So market cap weighted dollars coming into ETH will help ETH outperform BTC dollar cap weighted deposits to BTC. So for example, let's just use numbers. For example, that BTC is 100 and ETH is 33% of that or something along those lines. Actually, less than that, like 20% of that. So if you get $100 coming into BTC, that might move the price of X. If you get $20 coming into ETH, then that will move up price Y, and Y is a bigger percentage than X. So that would be really, really cool. And the rebalancing thing especially is really important, because what happens is as the market share of ETH hopefully will improve against BTC because of this outperformance of price, then they will sell their BTC and put more into ETH, which will then more boost that price until it reaches some kind of parity, which would be incredible. Like that would be really, really, really amazing. So yeah, this is a really interesting game here. What we need is for this ETF to take off and for it to be really successful, and then we can really start seeing the benefits of it. And hopefully there's another one as well. There's, I think, a Hashdex, I think it's called. They're doing one as well, and hopefully more of these come up. Okay, and finally, we're going to end this episode with this update from this Ethereum.org, Ethereum Twitter account, and here it says this is a thread basically of updates from the last couple of weeks from Ethereum, and this is a thread by Anthony Sassano, which is absolutely awesome to see. And he says there's so much happening in the Ethereum ecosystem that keeping up with it all can feel overwhelming, but allow me to give you the highlights. Let's get into it. So that's like his little catchphrase from his Daily Gwei show. And of course, Anthony Sassano is awesome. So if we have a look over here, we see that they are there is cover stuff like Uniswap v4, Liquidity v2, Farcaster updates, Ethos network updates, ETH strategy, trying to be like MicroStrategy, Fileverse, Abstract Chain, also then talking about ETH R&D. No, sorry, this is Ink Chain first from Kraken, how it got to stage 1, and then talking about Etherealize, about how it's Ethereum's BD team on Wall Street. And after that, there's some dev updates from Pectra and Ethereum Foundation, things like updates from Nixo and ETH proofs, etc. Like lots of R&D stuff and updates about ZK stuff as well, and more. So this is a really nice thread. I replied by saying I really want to see this happening every week. Of course, Anthony Sassano is awesome, so it's really, really cool to see that this update was from him, written by him, and hopefully he can put together one of these every week. But on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. So thank you all for watching, listening, and being part of the Rocket Fuel community. I hope you all have a lovely weekend ahead, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye.